Hello everybody, I'm Matheus Diniz over here with BJJ Fanatics. So I will be recording a no-gi half guard techniques. All right, very simple. I use it a lot, I really like it. So I'm gonna try to break down simple concepts of half guard. All right, hopefully everybody like it. Thank you. So first part of the DVD, what I want to go through with you guys, it's concepts from half guard. All right. What I mean about those concepts, you got to know how to stay in the position, not just half guard. That's how I think. Every other position, you got to know how to pull yourself on the positions. All right. So you don't get yourself in bad positions, and it's easier for you to advance for sweeps, guard passes, or whatever you are doing. Okay. So first, I'm going to break down a couple concepts that I really like it from half guard, and I believe they are very fundamental and very basic, okay, that everybody should know, all right? So first part that I want to deal with you guys over here, we're in a half guard, okay? A bunch of different ways we can play half guard. First one we're not going to do with the knee shield. We're going to look for that next. We're just going to have a regular half guard over here. I trap Marco's leg, and I have a good control of his legs, okay? Something that really got to think on a half guard. I like to call half guard half pass. So we constantly got to focus in our frames first. So I call this scenario over here that I have with Marcos neutral position. Why? Because he doesn't have underhook, I don't have underhook. All right, so first concept that I want to talk with you guys, trap the person leg. All right, regular half guard. I got a regular lock over here. Turn, please. 1, 2. Okay, neutral position. Marcos is stuck. Look, he's not giving me, as you guys can see, he doesn't have underhook. I don't have underhook. Okay, so on this side, lock. His hip is slow. He's blocking my head over here. I'm trapping his leg. He's controlling my hip. He doesn't have underhook. I don't have underhook. Okay? Now we're going to see my frames on the other side. Here, first frame, make sure you're going to cup your hand on your partner's shoulders, right? Very important detail over here. You want to keep your forearm aligned with your partner's chest. With your partner's shoulders. Right? Why? I don't want to open my elbow. You guys can see the little bit that I open, Marcos can start dig that underhook over there. Even if I kind of still have my elbow over there, soon enough he's going to be able to maybe cross my elbow, and then I got to deal, and now look. He got in this position. So here, 1. Again, I don't have the knee shield. We're not doing with the knee shield right now. Okay. Here, block this hand now. Really important. A lot of times we forget about it. We get too excited and start advancing with this hand. No, I want to use as a shield, blocking Marcos' biceps, and my elbow got to keep tracking over this hand. Very common mistake people do. They try to use their hand. No, very easy for Marcos pummeling, and look, collapse me. Again, I should have this frame. Maybe I can fight with this frame a little bit, but it's not what I'm looking for. First, now, you guys can see, turn a little bit, Marcos, please. As you guys can see, block your elbow. Keep track of your partner. Every time you try pummeling, boom, boom, boom. Follow that, right? You're going to feel a good tension over here with your partner. Okay? So one more time. Again, we're going to get on the half guard, regular half guard. I want you guys to focus on the first concept. Neutral position, lock, 1, 2. Very fundamental position. Okay, a lot of people don't do that. We forget about that. Before we get in any position, we gotta have a good control. Block the triceps, the biceps over here. Remember, don't open your elbow. Keep your elbow align with your partner's chest and shoulder. Block, crunch yourself a little bit, stay tight, and then from here, we can advance after. Okay? So first concept. All right? So now we're gonna look into another essential and fundamental concept from half guard. What I mean by that, those are beginning of position. I like to call beginning of position because that is how we can connect to sweeps, submissions, and neutral position. I mean, we can go back to a safe position. I like to call it safe zone because we not in a big danger, we in control. So those positions are really important for you. Resetting. If you don't like play half guard, you can start build your frames, go for sitting guard, butterfly guard, close guard, any other position that you might looking for. Okay, but it's very important to know how to build those frames and stay in a good position. Okay, so now same concept. I lock over here. So look, I'm just over here, Marcos, please. So look, I'm just trapping Marcos' leg over here. So we work with this scenario right now. Same thing. Build your frames. We build our frames here and here. Okay? So now again, I don't have the knee shield. So from this position, we always wanted to advance. Okay, again, I call this neutral position because he doesn't have underhook. I don't have underhook, but I have my frames preventing Marcos to get closer to me, get a better control, or something like that. So as I'm blocking here, I need to get a better position. Okay, how do I want to get a better position? We can go for a deep half, and we can look for the underhook. So with those frames over here, I want to build some reaction from Marcos. So how do I build that reaction? One thing that I like to do to get some good reaction with Marcos now, it's to start to rock my outside leg. Why do I rock that leg? So I can build momentum. I need as much as momentum that I can build. So I'm gonna show you guys towards this angle. So look, I have everything in place over here. I'm locking the half guard. This is a really good half guard to use, especially if it's too sweaty. Okay, first it's too sweaty, I want to lock the person's leg. Okay, so from here, again, I rock. So I'm not bringing this leg too open because I don't want to let Marcos get this and start smashing me here or switch for other pass. So this is a really important detail. I'm not opening this way. Instead of open, I'm kicking straight. You guys can see I'm not doing a big open. Okay? Instead of do a big open, I'm just kicking. All right? From here, I'm going to palm this arm inside to get an underhook. Okay? So I'm here, everything's strapped. So kick, go for the underhook. All right, as you guys can see, I don't went for a high underhook. I didn't went for a low underhook. Hip. Okay, so one more time. From here, from this angle, everything is in place on this side. So I'm gonna open. Another thing, as you open, bring your heel to your butt. Try to keep this tight. You don't want to leave a slack over here. So from here, kick, come up. So now we're gonna see from the other end. So look, I just grabbing, Marcos, please. As I'm getting here, let's watch from this angle. Boom. Just cup your partner. Glue your head on your partner's chest. All right, we're gonna see towards the other side. And then I'm gonna keep the biceps control over here. So pay attention to this grip again. Cup, tuck your elbow, keep this tight, and keep everything control over here. So now you're gonna see on the other angle. Again, lock Marcos' leg, both frames, following and controlling and preventing from collapsing my arms and get close to my chest. So block, kick, get it. So look, as you guys can see, I don't pose this hand on the mat. It's not wrong, but in this situation, you're not gonna do it yet. Okay? I want you guys to try first as you go. Keep the control of the biceps. Keep that frame. As you kick and go, keep it tight. Look, I'm keeping blocking this because I wanted the reaction from the person to try free this. Every time the person try free this, look, they unbasing themselves. And then we can start go for a deep half because Marcos gave me that reaction. Okay? Every time I'm here, Marcos start clean this, he gives some open and he gets some unbalance. He's not posing, he doesn't have balance anymore. Right? Just for a split of a second with my head tight over here. Now, if you're looking for a deep half or something like that, there's a really good connection, really good momentum to go. Head tight, you don't want to open your head because if you do open your head as you go for half guard, you're just going to get my head control. Yes. Okay, and this is another concept. I still have underhook, but with the head control, he can apply a lot of pressure on me over here. Yes, his pro, his hip. Now look, I cannot look there. Just from a small mistake that I have done. So we don't want to do that. As we get there, boom, kick, grab the hip, yes, head tight. Bring your partner with you, look, boom, head tight, and then from here, we can start work some sweeps, okay? So those concepts, something that I really like it. We also can combine, and then we're gonna see it with the knee shield. Same concepts, but with the knee shield, okay? So now, we're gonna see the same concepts that I spoke before with you guys, but a lot of times we have the knee shield, and a lot of people like to play with them. The good and bad thing that I see from the knee shield, right? I believe it's more pros than cons, all right? So the good thing about the knee shield, the good things about knee shield, it's that I see, we can build more momentum, okay? We can have some control of the distance better because we can push, we can pull. Don't think about the knee shield, we can just push no, we can pull the person too. We can use that as a momentum to bring the person to us, okay? And another thing that I like about the knee shield, we have a little more freedom to move. When we have the half guard lock, we don't have that much ability to move because we kind of stuck as well. We're holding the person. Again, that's what I say. When we lock the half guard, maybe it's too sweaty, the person moves too much, we lock, we're trapping the person's leg. It's a really good position against exploser passers. You're holding them. Doesn't matter if it's with the gi or no gi. Okay? With the knee shield again, with the half guard example, we gotta open in order to get a better position. And common position that we do is the knee shield. There we go. So the cons about the knee shield that I see, the person have a little more freedom to move. If you understand how to control that distance or keeping the person to you. Okay? So, move this, come on, please. We're gonna start the same concepts that we talked about before, but now look, I'm gonna do with the knee shield. Very common mistake that people do from the knee shield over here. I'm gonna show from this angle first. They drop their knee here. All right, against a bigger person or a pressure passer, this is gonna be very bad for you. Okay, even if you have a good hook with your bottom leg, soon enough the person gonna start sprawling, like keep smashing, and then as you start trying to move, the person can switch to this side or go behind, and then maybe you can turn on your back, trying to defend the position, or you're gonna give up the pass, or something else. Okay, so make sure you don't keep your knee straight. You don't want to keep your knee on your partner's belly button. You want to get your knee across your partner's chest. So how I'm saying that, A little bit, Marcos, please. This way, straight. Yes, perfect. So we have everything. Again, don't just rely on your knee shield. Again, like we spoke about essential frames. In a half guard, your frames are really important. Even if you have underhook or anything else, you've got to be ready to always bring your frames back. You don't know what can happen, especially in no-gi. The person's too sweaty or too sweaty. Things can go wrong very quick. So you got to be able to get your frames back anytime you need. All right? So blocking the triceps, blocking the shoulder. Again, look at my knee shield, how it is. Across Marcos' chest. Again, you don't want it down. You want it right here. Okay? My bottle hook. I gotta get a good control of Marcos' leg. So I don't like to hook like this. Right? I feel I'm trapping myself. I prefer better bring my heel towards my butt. I prefer that better. Okay? It's not wrong to hook over here. Maybe the person is moving too much. You can hook to keep the person's leg a little bit more in control. But I don't like it. And then get your knee shield right in here. Again, keep your frames. Do not just rely on your knee shield. Just in case your partner start pressuring you here, you can use those frames to hip escape a little bit and get back. All right? So one more time. Look, Marcos are going to clean. So what I'm going to do, look. Push him away a little bit with my shin. Hip escape. And then bring it back. Okay, now look. My knees back in place. With this position, look what I want to do. I'm going to rock. Now instead of just using from here, I'm going to kick straight from him. And now look, I'm going to have a lot of more space to get my underhook over there. So, boom. Okay, as you guys can see, very common mistake people do. And it's a big mistake, everyone. Pretty sure a lot of you guys already be on this position. You leave your head open a little bit, you can get guillotined from here too. Boom. Yes. Maybe not going to get tapped, but the person's going to get a good hold of you. So make sure every time we come up, keep your head glued to your partner's chest. This is really important, everybody. Head tight. Keep blocking the triceps, the biceps over here. Again, because we want to build some momentum. One more time, it's not wrong. Come up in here with your hands. We have a lot of other positions from here as well. You can look for the wrist or anything else. But for now, let's get this good habit over here. Keep it tight. And also with this, you can pull yourself more on your partner. All right? So one more time. Now we do have the knee shield. Block the biceps and triceps over here. I like to call this a whole thing. A lot of times you say, oh, just biceps, and the person just blocked the biceps. No, it's the whole triceps and biceps together. Boom. Elbow, constantly keeping track of your partner's hand. Yes, look, boom. Really important. Now, I kick forward, come up. Look at my head. Tight. Really tight. All right, and now keep your head connect with your partner's chest. From here, we can do a lot of different other positions depending the reactions our partner is going to do. We're going to see all that, but make sure we stay tight, keep a good control, and then from here, we can start advance for other positions. So now, we're going to looking for one more fundamental and concept from half guard, all right? One thing that I want you guys to think about half guard, I don't think I mentioned that yet. Half guard, when you're flat, it's not a good position to be, all right? We don't want to be flat when we're in a half guard. We want to always stay sideways looking to our partner, especially in a neutral position that we were speaking about before. So flat, it's not good for us. And again, I'm going to say it again, half guard, I like to call half pass. So you definitely cannot be slack on it. You definitely cannot be lazy on it. It's kind of lazy guard, you know, if you get a good control. But till you get your control, till you get your positions, you cannot stop because it's really easy to the person on top get better positions if you're not doing the right things, right? So now what I want to talk to you guys, it's a very simple concept and it's very common. When we have the knee shield, the person on top is start to beat our knee shield. Again, I go back to the frames. Our frames are really important to keep a distance and also to stick with the person if your knee shield is not doing a good job. Okay, so we are on the knee shield in here, and I do got my frames. Okay, a couple ways that Marcos can beat this. Right, a very common way that I see people do, they try just turn the shoulder, boom. But this one I can just, again, I'll turn this way, Marcos, please. If he does like that, all we're gonna do is pinch my knee. So look, here. All I wanna do, look, my frame is still there. Okay, my frame is still getting a good control of Marcos. But now, as you guys can see, he's a little sideways. If he get this sideways over here, all I wanna do, instead of just keep this arm in here, my arm that cross his shoulder, I wanna go for the top of his head. Both hands. All right, with this, look, I have a lot of more leverage to beat his pressure. If I just keep it here, Marcos, look, you guys can see he's driving his head towards me. Even my frames over here is not gonna be able to do enough. Okay, so before I use this, I gotta find more space to free my knee, to get my knee back in place. So here, I feel the person's putting pressure on me. So these frames are not going to do a good job. Again, now, 1, 2. As you guys can see, look, I bring myself back. I don't want to stay close because now Marcos can just hug my head. Yes. So top of the head, push, and go away. From here, he doesn't have enough pressure anymore because this is really bothering him. The leverage to pull the person's head, it's a lot of pressure on his neck. So I'm pushing him away. So again, here, 1, look, I brought myself back. 2. Now from here, you're gonna pendulum on this leg. You're gonna do a hip skate back. You need some space. So from here, 1, 2. Very quick. All right, and now look, we are back in place. And now, what do we do? Before we get on the position again, Marcos can easily do it at the same time, and now next time he's not gonna wait for me. So immediately when we get here, we advance. And now everything's connect, and then we can see some sweeps and some stuff from here. Okay, so one more time. We're here in this position, knee shield. Very good. Look, Marcos pinching my knees. Right? I have the frames. So look, I have the frames, but now my frames are not gonna, I don't feel I have enough strain to keep those frames anymore. Alright, Marcos did a good job to beat it here. So if I stay here, it's just gonna keep advancing, and then collapse my frames, and now he start beating me here. Now my elbow is open, he got underhook, and now it's just a matter of time for him get a better position. So from here, look, 1, you guys can see how I brought myself back. 1, 2. He probably gonna drive on me. Hip skate, get back in. Now look, my frames are back in place. Okay, and then we can sit, go back to a sitting guard. Another concept, if you don't like half guard, if you wanna go back to open, sit, go for butterfly, whatever you want. Again, it's concepts that we just don't need to use to go for half guard. You can always go for other positions if you're not comfortable going for half guard anymore. Okay? Again, those fundamentals positions, they are fundamentals and they are concepts to stay safe and comfortable in the beginning of half guard. The beginning, I mean neutral position for half guard, when you don't have underhook, when you don't have a better control. From there, I can give you guys another options that I did to go for open guard, butterfly, or just reset. Now we're gonna work on the same concept about when the person smash your leg. But now the person's gonna have a little more control with the. He's gonna grab your thigh. He's gonna hook your leg. We call it leg weave. You know, some people like to call it leg weave. It's a really strong position. The person's gonna cup your thigh. Some people like to place the fist on the mat so they can stay heavy and maybe start go running around. Again, when we have the knee shield, we do not just use the knee shield to push the person away. We also can use the knee shield to keep the person with us. All right, do not just think, oh, I'm using the knee shield to create some momentum and use as a frame to push the person away. No, we also do that controlling the person. You don't want to get the person away from you if you want to stay on that position, because if you also let the person go too away, the person can start go around, the person can start go for toreando passes as they break from the knee shield. So we don't want that. Okay, that can be a big problem. So now from here, look what Marcos are gonna do. He's gonna get his arm on the inside, so they can see here. Yes. So look, he's cupping my thigh. You guys can see it. Now I can and then collapse my leg. This is really annoying. Okay, he's putting a lot of pressure now. He's locking my bottom leg. If I stay too close, he can hug my head and I'll take it out and he start passing my guard. A lot of other people, they like to place the fist on the mat. Same concept. All right, and then you start to pass around. All right, maybe they're not even gonna pass. You're just gonna break the knee shield, and then that can be a pain. So, and then they can start passing one side or the other. But what do we want to do? Again, we have the frames and we have the knee shield. But in that situation, my frames are not gonna do a big damage on Marcos anymore. So, from here, when Marcos start collapsing and put their hand there, look, now I cannot do it anymore. So now again, I'm gonna go for the head. 1, 2. Now look how much distance I have from Marcos. Same concept we spoke about before. But now, I cannot hip escape. Why? Because he's trapping my hip. Look, you guys can see it with this hand, he's trapping me. So I cannot hip escape. So what we are gonna do from here? So if I cannot hip escape, if I cannot open my knee, I gotta build some more frames to keep Marcos away. So now, can you stand up a little bit, Mark? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this leg out, place on the foot. So now I have extra frame to keep Marcos away from me. All right, because we cannot hip escape. All right, it's not like the first one we did when, go back, Mark, when he just smashed me here. Nothing's blocking my hip. So I push, hip escape, open up, and get myself back. We cannot do that because he's blocking my hip. So from here, 1, 2, you cannot hip escape. He's gonna keep putting pressure. Foot on the hip. All right, now from the foot on the hip, if Marcos do a big open, I can go back here and now look, push. You guys can see that hip escape that I did from here. Push. He's gonna probably keep driving on me. Go back to the half. Come in. Okay. So you gotta think like that, everybody. From here. Frame. Look, my knees collapse. Marcos putting a lot of pressure over here. So here, my frames are not working anymore. 1, 2. Most likely he's gonna keep putting pressure on me. I want that. Sometimes they even post that foot on the mat. Yes. You see now he's applying a lot of pressure driving from that foot. Yes, if I stay here now, look, he grabbed me, he's gonna start going around and I can be in a lot of trouble. So immediately, most of the time, if they have the knee, they're gonna pose it because they can drive a lot of pressure on me. Yes. So 1, 2. Now from here, perfect reaction. All right, do not, I'm not pushing Marcos' head a lot, but in a real scenario, you really want to keep that away from you. Boom. Now from here, I can push. See, I push him away. Now look, his arm is out. If he does keep his arm over there, keep your arm inside, Marcos. Look, this is a lot of space. So I just can use the foot that I have. I brought my frames back. I can put more pressure, open this up. Now, if he give a lot of space for me, it's far from the half guard. I don't want to reach for the underhook right now because he's too far. So what I want to do, reset. Okay, reset, maybe sit again because he was too far. Okay, if he's not that far, all right, if he's too close to me, all right, he's too close, he's too blocking me. Okay, all I want to do, open this up. He's probably going to free that arm to try and get a better control. Boom. Bring that leg back as you're going for the half guard. All right. Do not leave that leg there. Bring it back. Same concept. Glue your head on your partner's chest. Keep a good control. Cup the hip and stay tight over here. All right. One more time. Here. We were blocking. This is not good anymore. 1, 2. Foot on the hip. Be patient over here. If the person really insisting on it, be patient. Boom, you can go back here. Now look, Marcos gave me a lot of space. It's gonna happen. Because you have a good frame on the hip. Alright, from here, he cannot pass anymore. I have my frames, I have my foot. Most likely they're gonna try to go back, reset. Try clean this. They clean. Adjust your hip. Sit back. All right. Sit up. Get a better control, or you can just sit in a regular position. All right. Again, those frames we cannot just use particularly to go to a half guard. We can always change. The person's too far. You're not comfortable to go to the half guard. Don't advise you guys to go if the person still disconnect. Because a lot of space in between. Do not sit to go to the half guard. You gotta have some concept and some measure of the distance. All right, the person cannot stay too far from you. If the person's too far, reset. Better to reset. All right, if you feel the person's getting too disconnect, do not go for the half guard. Sit back and reset. And then from there, you can start work to go to a half or something else. All right? So another thing that can happen when we have a knee shield, and that happens really often with me, especially training with Marcos and Marcelo, you know, like when the person, they start cleaning the leg, pushing the leg back and forcing to close that distance, okay? It's a really strong position, especially someone that like to pass tight. You know, they're not going to be like a switching, shifting the hip. They keep cleaning and forcing to close that gap. All right? On that scenario, what I think is the best option, if that happens, do not stop in there. What I mean, do not stop in there. Do not stop thinking about getting your knee shield back. In order to do that, as the person clean your leg, immediately we got to build space. Because what the person on top doing, try close space. And if they do that, if you just accept right away and wait a little bit to fight and try to get out, that's where the person want to be. Maybe, most likely actually, it's going to be favoring the person on top. So immediately, the person already clear your knee shield. After that, they're going to be right next to you. Even if you have your frames, keep your frames. Right away, we want to hip escape and reset the position. Okay? So from here, look, we hear everything. So what a lot of people do, they start collapsing this in and out. So look, he go in, and now as I open on that first position we did, look what Marcos do. From here, I open, look, he clean my leg and boom, collapsing me here. Do you guys see that? So it's a lot of good momentum over there. So what I cannot do, again, it's a stop. So as Marcos doing 1, 2, clean my leg, immediately as he's collapsing me here, All right, what I want you guys to do, go back, Marcos, please. So he took my frame. So I got to build another frame. Where can I build another frame? So from here, he's going to clean 1, 2, remember the hip escape? Boom. Right in here. So now I built this frame in here. All right. So now look, Marcos cannot collapse me anymore. If you keep putting pressure on it, that's great. I need that. He cannot collapse me here anymore. If you feel the person keep driving too much, hip escape, close guard. Right? And then he's going to probably recompose himself. Boom, I can go back. Sit guard again. Now I'm not in trouble. All right? If we get here, so it's all about feeling. You're feeling the person doing that. Okay, you hear Marcos collapse. Now he start clear that. As he coming, look. Hip escape. As you can see, look, I'm blocking him. My frame's here. Yes, he cannot go over. If he open like that, great. Boom. I'm back in close guard. Okay? If we get here, Marcos clean that. I block. He start go back. He's like, oh, I don't like that. He start go back. Boom. Back in the half guard. So now you guys can see, look, we close. I go for a deep half. If in case Marcos start get far from me, look, I don't want to go for deep half. You guys can see how disconnect he is. Foot on the hip. Reset. All right. Those concepts, everyone, are really important. You guys can see how I use the other knee. A lot of times you just think about this side. No, we have escapes from every side. We have frames from every side. Do not just have a tunnel vision thinking about your knee shield and those frames. Have other frames. All right, we have one more leg to work with. Okay? So one more time. We got here. Marcos start collapsing and start get close to me. Most likely, look, when he's already collapsing me, boom, my knee's out. Sorry. My knee's out. But look, my frames is still there. I don't want to let go of this frame and now Marcos can start, yes, now he's putting a lot of pressure on me. So from here, if Marcos keep putting pressure on me, look, he cannot close. You guys can see this. He cannot tuck his elbow and pinch this knee. So from here, hip escape, free your leg, go to close guard. Right? Can happen. The person here, as he's collapsing and cleaning, as I do this, look, I'm sorry, I almost forgot this. Bring this leg back. Right? Up. Don't keep this leg down. Bring this leg up. So now everybody, from here, Marcos feel I can put him on close guard. A lot of people don't like that. He's going to start go back. As he start go back, knee shielded. Remember what I mentioned about our knee shield follow the person as well? I'm hooking his back. And now look, I'm bringing myself close with those frames. Now I kick, and then we're back in business. All right. So you guys see, it's in every position in jiu-jitsu. Action and reaction. So Marcos did one thing. If I was waiting over there, he would be ahead of me. So he did one move, I met him with the other. And in order to that work, we got to know exactly moves to do in every scenario, each scenario. Right? In that position, we're feeling. So Marcos cleared. He cleared everything on this side. I cannot bring that leg back. I cannot bring that knee shield because he dropped really close to my ribs. Even with my frame, you guys see this way. So look, from here, look, I still have my frame. So Marcos did a really good job. Now look where he's landing. You guys can see behind my elbow. Why is that possible? Because when you do a knee shield, look how much space we create. It's different than here. All right, now I'm not giving him a lot of space because if he try collapsing me, look, from here, I did. You guys remember the first position we did? Okay, but with the knee shield, no. We're giving him a lot of space because the knee. So as he's cleaning, 1, 2, look, he's going to end up there. I lost momentum. That's what happened too. So now immediately, boom, turn my knee to the other side. Again, remember about the frame on this side, elbow tuck. Look, I keep a good control. If he stay tight to me, hip escape, close guard. All right, and then he's gonna posture. If you want to reset, place both feet on the hip. You can push, get your frames, sit, and then maybe go for a half guard again. But if this side, that happened, boom, Marco's clear. I push this, he start go back. I want you guys focus on my hip. As he's going back, look. See? The hip escape in and out is really important. Heel tuck. All right. And then kick, sit down, and then getting on the hook. All right. So this is another concept and recover and control that we can apply as well. All right, so now we're gonna go for one more concept, and this, it's a very important one. When we get an underhook and the person stay heavy on it. When we get underhook and it's a shallow underhook. So what I wanna explain to you guys, just simple, real quick. When we get underhook, I don't want the person weight on my forearm. I don't want a shallow underhook. That's what I want to explain to you guys. If you have a shallow underhook, it's easier for the person to do the whizzer. Okay? Harder for you to get the control of the person. All right? It's really bad shallow underhook, especially no-gi. Because I really want to go around the person's waist and get a good control. So when you have a shallow underhook, that's not good at all. We want to go as deep as you can. With the gi, we can go away a little bit because maybe we can grab the gi, we can grab the pants, so we have something to hang on it. No gi, we got to make sure we get a good bite on the person's hip. So, got in here. Again, can be for a knee shield or for a regular half guard. That can happen more often for a regular half guard because with the knee shield, we have more momentum. You guys can see, look how deep I get on Marcos. What I was explaining to you guys before, look, my elbows are round. If I have just my forearm, look, now Marcos is going to sit and stay heavy on here. So look, heavy. Stay heavy. Yeah, it's like sit back, sit back. So look, look, I have no control of Marcos. So look, even if my head is, turn a little bit, Marcos, please. So look, even if my head is tight, look, Marcos' hips are back. Look, my underhook is bad. I gotta make sure I get a better underhook from here. So how do we do that? Remember I was saying before, don't stop on half guard till you get a better position. This is one point that I want to explain to you guys. This is one scenario that I want to explain to you guys, and it's a very common, important one. So I have a shallow underhook. Turn a little bit, Marcos, this way. So you guys can see, look, I'm not covering Marcos' entire lower back or something like that. Again, look how important is our frames. I'm blocking his arm. All right? If I didn't block his arm over here, look, he just collapsed me. Now he can get underhook because it's a shallow underhook. Boom. Now look, he have all the control that he wants. So from here, I want you guys to actually see from this way. I still have the frame blocking the biceps. All right, everybody? So look, my frame is still here. Now look what I got to do. Tuck your leg. Marco's sitting heavy over there. Foot goes to the mat. From here, close to your partner. Can everybody see it? Don't open. Don't stretch. Close to your partner's knee. Pinch your knee on your partner. Everything to help connect and control your partner. Now, what I want you guys to do, as you bridge, you punch in your arm across your partner's shoulder. We don't want to grab the shoulder, but you want to all Marco's weight towards this shoulder. So look, from here, look, shallow on the hook. 1, 2. All right, you guys see how high I get Marcos? All right, so from here, he probably going to bring his hips back to reset. Boom. I'm right there, deep and in a good control on his hips. All right, so don't get comfortable when you don't have a deeper underhook. We want to get your arm around as much as we can. That's really important, everybody. Okay, so one more time, I'm going to show this angle here so everybody can see. Doesn't matter what entries we did. So from the knee shield, look, I'm going to go. All Marcos are going to do immediately, block me halfway. Go, yes, beautiful. Lock if you feel the person move. If the person is not moving, place your foot right next to your partner. Don't be lazy over here, everybody. Don't stop. We have none control over here. I'm not turning a little bit, Marcos, please, all the way to the other side, actually. So from here, what a lot of people do. Oh, I'm going to go for the deep end. Oh, you're stuck, buddy. All right. So make sure. Turn again, please. Nice. Thank you. So from here, make sure, look, I'm shoe blocking his biceps. Make sure you don't lock, I'm sorry. Place your foot. Now right in here, we bridge, we bump across the shoulder. So from here, if Marcos stay here, oh, amazing. Probably he's going to come back. Follow. Look, head position, grab the hip, and stay tight. Keep controlling the biceps. Again, turn, Marcos, please. It's not wrong to place your hand. Why I don't like to place his hand as well, you know, just, you can, it's not wrong. All right, but let's, again, get that habit to keep this control. All right, if you do this, not a problem. Maybe readjust yourself, go back, not a problem at all. Okay, really focus on that. This is a very common part of half guard. When you get on the hook, the person on top fell there. Especially heavy guys, you know, wrestlers, they good to send the hip back, and then we gotta keep fighting to get that deeper on the hook. Okay? So now everybody, so we can wrap it up everything, we're gonna understand and see a couple things that I really like to do, how to dealing with underhook and head control from half guard. Okay? Again, those positions, I like to tell my students and people that train with me, couple of them, I'm gonna tell you guys which ones should be your last resource. Okay, when the person in the half guard, grab your head, should not be your A position. Okay, so that one's like, all right, I gotta deal with that. It's my last resource. Okay, and it's worked really well for me and some people that I've been working and teaching. Okay, so right here, Marcos got an underhook and a head control. Right, so this position, he's in a much, much better position than me. Okay, so I gotta understand a couple points over here. So I cannot do nothing towards this side. All right, nothing. So look here, I cannot do anything. I wish I could have a frame. I wish I could have done that. So only arm that I can really do something, it's this hand. Okay, so Marcos have this leg post, this knee post, maybe have the hip on the mat or whatever. So this is kind of Marcos' balance point. So I want to take this out for him. I'm not taking this out. I want to get a good control of this. So he's putting pressure on me. If I feel he's applying a lot of pressure here, you can easily find this grip, pull this down, and breathe a little bit. Another thing that I like to do here, just to bother my partner, this hand, I'm going to go right on the top of his head and try to pull this a little bit, right? I don't go here because if you go on the neck, you don't have as much leverage as you have on the top. Okay, so just so I can breathe a little bit. And every time you start bringing this knee up, I stop and keep that leg extended. Okay, I just want to build some reaction for Marcos. Look, I keep this. All right, so now what do you want to do? You want to clear this. He's going to force his head. Yes, that's what I want. But look, he cannot bring this knee close to start working the pass, to start clear with his foot. So if I allow him to bring this knee up, look, you guys can see it. He's going to start clear and free his leg. And now, look, I have not that many things to do. So it's something that we constantly got to focus is this. So I relax. I free myself a little bit. Pull this back. So now as he start bringing his knee in, elbow, hand, keep that open. My hand is just following his knee. All right. So now what I'm going to do, look, my knee's pointing towards you guys. So what I'm going to do, bring Marcus a little bit on top of me. But look, I keep this in. I need that momentum. So what Marcus is going to do, he's going to walk it back. Walk it back. Good. Keep this here. With this, he cannot free his knee because he needs something to push. Yes. So bring your knee a little in, bring your partner back. So now, everyone, as Marcos, look, I feel his hip. You should have feel your partner's hip on top of your hip. Okay? Keep the person on top of your hip. You should have feel this first. You don't want to do this sweep straight from here, from when the person have the hip here. You do not want to do that. You want to bring your partner here. Look, keep this here. Look, right here. As Marcos go, now I post my foot on the mat. I'm bumping him, my forearm on his head. At the same time, I'm reversing him. All right. In order, everybody, for that position really works. As you guys saw, I do not want to bridge when Marcos have his hips really heavy on the mat. I do not want to do that. I bring him up. I bring his hip on top. I line his hip on top of mine. Why? When I keep that extended, his leg is going to be extended. When his hip is on top of my hips, anywhere I bridge, he's going to follow me. All right? Why? His hands are trapped. Okay? So, from here, he's here. Boom. All right? If you start bringing his knee before you start clear, look. Push that. Clean that. Look. You see, I'm kind of digging my knee in. Boom. This is really important too. If you don't want to do this, just keep it here. So now look, don't try bridge from here. I'm going to always lose. I don't have his hip. Look how his hip is not aligned with my hip. If I try bridge here, he's just going to take his leg out. Take your leg out. Boom. Boom. Yes. I don't have any control of his hip. So bring your part, like loaded his hips on top of your hips. You guys can see something like how Marco's on top of me. As he starts bringing himself back, bridge. And then we can end up on the top. Okay? One more time. In order for you to really finish with this sweep, we gotta make sure your partner's hip is on top of you. You loaded your partner's hip right back on top, and then you finish with the bridge. Okay? Again, this one should be your last resource. First, we can try to get our pommeling back in, your arms back in, do a good frame. If that not happen, we really gotta make sure we loaded the weight on top of our hip and then finish. All right, half guard reversal. Okay. All right, everyone. So now, same concept. My opponent, my partner, he have underhook and a head control. Then we gotta able to deal with that, right? So Marcos have underhook and head control here, all right? So my first reaction was bringing him up here, okay? Don't place your hand on the mat and place on the hip, all right? Your elbow on the mat, you can't get wrist lock over here. So make sure you just keep tracking of your partner's time, right? Now from here, Marcos not allowing me. As I'm going that way, he really stuffed his hip on the mat. So like, I was like, yes. All right. I don't feel comfortable going for the bridge. So I tried to bridge, not comfortable at all. So we're going to build a different frame to deal with the underhook, and the head control. Okay, so one more time, I bring Marcus up. Now this time, when Marcus, you start drop his hips back, I'm going to be quicker than him. What I mean be quicker than him? I'm going to drop my knee to the mat and feel my knee on this space. Okay, so look, as he's coming back, look, my knee come out. He probably going to drop on his knee, go back on his knees. Perfect. Keep blocking that tie. All right, keep it. Yes. Don't just free this and try reaching here because now look, he can just step over my knee. Boom, and then yes, or that. All right, big mistake people do. As they address this, as they get the knee back in, they yes. So look, you guys see, my knee's on the mat. From here, you gotta make sure you bring your partner back and keep this control of your partner's tie. Right? Most likely here, if he start keeping reaching, try reach, go over. My leg's gonna come out easy. And he probably gonna start let this go. But from here, okay, from here, I block. So I bring it, Marcus, this way, free my knee. Now look, his hip is still on the mat. If his hip is still here, the person's heavy. Place this foot on the mat so you have more momentum. And you guys see? Now look, hip escape. He's probably gonna start coming close. Hip escape, close, and he's probably gonna let go, and we're gonna go back for a regular half guard. Oh, close guard. Sorry. So this one, as you guys see, we don't constantly just need to try get a pommel back in, free our head, get inside. Most of the time, that cannot happen. That doesn't happen. So what do we gotta do? Okay, we gotta work with the other frames that we have. It's our leg. We can work combined with the bridge. Okay, everything. We gotta keep working from one side to the other. Do not just stuck with moving in one direction. Find other space. Work with your partner's mistake. And then that's gonna give you sweeps, submissions, whatever.